Good morning, dear hearts. Okay, so here's the third lesson in our little trilogy, that the world I see holds nothing that I want. Beyond this world, there is a world I want. And now we have, it's impossible to see two worlds. So this lesson, besides being a giant stride, it is a lesson of choice. We must choose. And please choose to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. I thought that was clever. Anyway, this lesson begins. Our perception is consistent. It is about perception here, what we see. And what we see reflects our thinking, and our thinking but reflects the choice of what we want to see. It's all an inside job. So it starts with my thought, and I project it outward or extend it. I will see the world that holds nothing that I want, or I can see, I have the ability to see a world that I do want. Now, the lesson continues that your values are determiners of this. For what you value, you must want to see, believing that what you see is really there. No one can see a world his mind has not accorded value. That's the key. What do we value? Because what we value is what we seek for and what we want to find. Of course, from the ego's perspective, and we'll say it again later, the ego tells us, you seek, go ahead, seek. You're not going to find it. Only with God will we find what it is we truly want, need, and are worthy of, more importantly. No one can fail to look upon what he believes he wants, yet who can really hate and love at once? We can't. Again, there is a decision. Are we in the ego mind, or are we in our holy mind? Are we filled with hate and doubt and fear and dread and death? Or are we filled with love and joy and peace, which is what our Father wills for us? And who can choose to see a world of which he is afraid? Fear must make blind, for this its weapon is, and that which you fear to see, you cannot see. We cannot see the light if we are afraid of the light, which came to us in lesson that forgiveness is the key to happiness, when it told us with the unforgiving mind, that mind that is filled with doubt and fear and confused, that it is afraid to stay, and it's afraid of stillness, it's afraid of darkness, yet it's more terrified at the approach of light. That is the mind that will see this world I do not want. Then what can fear project upon this world? What can be seen in darkness that is real? Truth is eclipsed by fear if we are operating out of that mind. And what remains is but imagined, because none of it is truly real. Fear has made everything you think you see, all separation, all distinctions, and the multitude of differences you believe make up the world. That's the world I do not want. They are not there. Love's enemy has made them up. Not the opposite of love, but the enemy of love. Fear is the enemy of love, because fear will keep us stuck and keep us from finding love. It will be one of those barriers to the awareness of love's presence. Love's enemy has made them up, yet love can have no enemy, so they have no cause, no being, and no consequence. They are not real. Those barriers to love are just our wild imaginings and us being stuck in the ego-ridden mind. They can be sought. They can be valued but remain unreal. They can be sought, but they cannot be found. Seek and do not find. Today we will not seek for them, nor waste this day in seeking what cannot be found. We won't spend our time in that world. Beyond that world, there is a world I want. It's impossible to see two worlds which have no overlap of any kind. Seek for one, the other disappears. That's the choice that we must make. The one we choose will be the one we put our attention to. Our perception is consistent. The other one we will push away. It will fall away. It will disappear from our awareness. but one remains. They are the range of choice beyond which your decision cannot go. The real, the unreal. That's all that there is to choose between, and nothing more than those two things, real or unreal. What is true, what is false? Remember, this is a course to realize that only truth is true, and what is false and will never become truth. Today we attempt no compromise where none is possible. The world you see is proof that you already made a choice as all-embracing as its opposite. So what I'm looking at is the determining factor that I know what my choice has become or what my choice was. What we would learn today is more than just the lesson that you cannot see two worlds. It also teaches that the only one you see is quite consistent from the point of view from which you see it. So, 6 times today. I'm practicing 6 times today, but only 5 minutes each time. In thanks and gratitude, we gladly give 5 minutes to the thought that ends all compromise and doubt and goes beyond them all as one. We will not make 1,000 meaningless distinctions, nor attempt to bring with us a little part of unreality, as we devote our minds to finding only what is real, a totality of reality. That's what we're seeking for, all that is real and nothing that is not. But begin your search for the other world, the real world, by asking for strength beyond your own and recognizing what it is you seek. God is the strength with which I trust. Way back, lesson 47. That is where I will go for the strength that I need for this. But I will also remember that there is another way of looking at this world. And that is also what I will find with God's strength. There's a strength beyond our own for what we seek. We do not want illusions. We must remember, we do not want illusions. And we come to these 5 minutes emptying our hands, let go of everything, of all the petty treasures of this world, all those little things that we think have value, but we know that too will fall away. We learned that in the previous lessons. So we let go of what is not real, the petty things that we have valued but will never last and will never bring us the joy and the happiness. That is what we truly seek. We start our practicing with the 5 minutes, 6 times. It's impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, the one that I look upon, that I may find my freedom and deliverance, because that will not be found in this world. It will only be found in the world beyond, the one I see. God will be there for us. God will always be there for us. You have called upon the great unfailing power which will take this giant step with you in gratitude, nor will you fail to see his thanks expressed in tangible perception and in truth. We will shift what we see and how we see it. God is there, will hold our hand, be with us to help us come away from, move away from the world of perceptions, the world of illusions. We do not want them, and walk into what is real and what is true across that threshold again. You will not doubt what you will look upon, for though it is perception, it is not the kind of seeing that your eyes alone have ever seen before. We will be using Christ's vision, and you will know God's strength upheld you as you made the choice. He is there to support us in this. He wants us to come home. Dismiss temptation easily today when it arises merely by remembering the limits of your choice. Here's the limits of our choice. Unreal or real. What is false, what is true. It's all down to that. Those are the only choices that we have. Those are the only choices that we want to have. And we want to choose what is real and what is true. At least I do. And perception is consistent with your choice. And hell or heaven comes to you as one. So if we're choosing the unreal, we'll see hell. We'll experience hell. If we're choosing what is real, what is true, we will find heaven. Accept a little part of hell as real, and you have damned your eyes and cursed your sight, and what you will behold is hell indeed. It's that instant when we choose hell, when we choose the false, when we choose the illusions, when we choose the fear, the doubt, the dread, and the death. It will come to us, and that will be our experience. But we can choose again, and we will choose what is real, what is true, what is God's will for us. And then we will find and we will experience heaven. The release of heaven still remains within our range. So all we need to say in our hourly practicing, all we need to say to any part of hell, so any of those thoughts that tempt us, whatever form they take, it's impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not part of what I want. That clear awareness, this is not part of what I want. And I'll just go one last thing. In the review lesson 85, one of the lines we had to use in review was, I have no need of this. I want to see. I have no need of this. We can just add that. I have no need of this. When I see something, I'm experiencing something that I know is not part of heaven. That's it for today, and I hope it helped. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please smile because you're choosing heaven. Take in a deep breath, release everything that we do not want and we do not need, and smile and share and pray for this awareness to come to every mind. Namaste.